Today, I'm gonna throw some ribs on for the kids. Again, they on my nerves. How do you ask for me to do some ribs? But I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do some ribs for these kids because they want some ribs today. So I'm gonna give them some ribs. So I'm gonna show you in the first part here how to prepare your baby back ribs for your backyard barbecue. I got 3 slabs of ribs here, as you can see. And one of the things I'm gonna tell you about on these ribs is that with pork ribs, only thing you wanna do to prepare them is try to clean up some of the fat off it. If you're cleaning your ribs in your sink, please disinfect your sink because before and after you get done, because the ribs are gonna be touching the sink some as I wash through them. Then I'm gonna put it on the cutting board here and try to cut away some of the fat within the sink. And then you'll see that I have to clean the sink afterwards. So I just have my water lightly on cold water. You don't want it on warm water. And I'm gonna rub through the ribs, rinse through them. Try to make sure that we get off much as possible of some of the stuff that you see some of the debris is falling off of it as we possibly can. Sometimes when I wash my ribs, I like to sing to them. Oh, baby, you gonna be good, baby. Oh, you gonna be good to me. I'm gonna treat you right. I'm gonna treat you right. Oh, oh. As you can see, I won't make my career in singing, but I'm gonna say you gonna be delicious though. This rib gonna be good. I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be good. All this fat right here we're gonna get off. Okay. So on the back side, it's gonna be a little project that we do here. We have to get off the membrane here. I'm not the best of getting off the membrane. I have a cousin out there who taught me how to get the membrane off, and she does it fantastically. So one day I may have her on the channel to show you guys how to do it professionally. If I can't get the membrane off, I will show you a trick though, how we can still cut through the membrane and give your backside of your baby back ribs the flavor that it needs, or the consistency flavor that it needs to have on the back side that you would have on the front side. Let's work with that one first. Let's see, can I get my cutting board in this sink where I can have something to hold it together here while I try to get some of this fat off. 2 things I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use a plain old butter knife, and I'm gonna use this little steak knife if I have to slit through some of the membrane. But first thing, I'm gonna try to. The membrane part of this thing is you can crack a bone like this, as they say, and you can get underneath of this membrane. So I possibly can do that. But like I said, I'm not the expert here. That I'm trying to get under the membrane, and I can't. And I figured I wouldn't be able to get underneath this membrane. Let's try this side. They say you can do it with a butter knife. This one don't really have that much of the membrane. Here's a little bit right here. So I scraped most of the bones using a butter knife because I could not get the membrane off. And like I said, I'm not an expert getting the membrane off, so I just do the best I can. And most of you guys at home are not gonna be the expert neither. So I just take my butter knife, I scrape. I scrape the fat or the membrane to the side. I take my thumb and I pull. That's basically all what I do. I pull all the way down. And once I've done that, I'll take a little steak knife because we expose the bones. So the charcoal flavor or the smoke flavor, if you smoke these on your grill, will go through the bone. Then I'm just gonna take my steak knife and just cut through the membrane on the meat part of the back of the rib. Put little slices on it like that. Expose the meat. You don't want to expose it too much because you need some of that strength to keep the rib together, because once we go through doing a cooking process of this baby back rib, you need some strength to keep the meat intact with the bone. You don't want everything just to fall off the bone. It's going to fall off the bone, but you want to keep some of the rib intact to the bone so you can hold it. So I just go through it, put little slits through it, just enough to get the flavor through the backside. Once again, rub it down, get some of that fat off. As you can see in the sink, you can see some fat pieces that I pulled off this rib. Just massage it on down. Hey folks, it's gonna be 3 simple ingredients that we use today. I think I showed you earlier. It's gonna be some Southern Way Gourmet James Do It All seasoning. And it's just some rub that my cousin gave me once again. She gives me a lot of products that we're gonna put on these ribs. I had it before and it was delicious. But I'm gonna add a little KFC barbecue rub to it also, just to get it that hint of extra barbecue flavor that's gonna come off the grill. And I'm gonna hit it with a little liquid smoke. We're gonna get some smoke off the grill, but I'm gonna make sure that it goes right through the bone. So I'm gonna put this on first. So let's use the liquid smoke first. And I just wanna just, not a lot, just add it on here. Just like that. Just like that. I'm gonna open up the rub here, the KFC barbecue rub, and I'm gonna pop my Southern Way rub on it. KFC rub, just gonna lightly go over. Once again, KFC barbecue rub, it's a strong rub, I recommend it, but it has a tendency of manipulating the whole flavor of your product. So you just wanna be a little careful how you do it. Put a little bit up here. Take it. I'm gonna flip it on over to my cutting board here, because I don't want, when I put it back, the seasoning on this side of it to go into the juice here, and then all your seasoning is in the bottom of your pan versus on your product or on your ribs. Once again, I'm gonna wash these containers when I get done. So don't worry about the contamination of the containers, it'll be fine. I'm gonna spray down the counter after I get done with some disinfectant, so my counters will be good. Once again, I don't have a professional facility. We all do this in the kitchen. So, got the KFC on it. Put the Southern Way on it. And I'm put the Southern Way on it a little thicker. Get it all in there. We're gonna rub it in there. Put it on a little thicker. Then the KFC. Ribs over. We already put the KFC on this side, so the Southern Way is gonna go on this side. Once again, this is a rub. Put it on real thick. And now, magical hands happens. I'm gonna have to put my hands on these ribs. So we're gonna take it, and we're gonna take these ribs and we're gonna rub it in. That's why I call a rub, folks. You gotta rub it in. Do not be afraid to massage your ribs. You wanna get it on all sides. I think he had a cramp right here in this muscle right here, so I had a cramp right there. I think I worked it out there. Get it in between. Get it on the bones. Once again, this is the third slab. We're gonna rub it in. We'll rub in the third slab. Nice and good. 3 slabs. On the back side, once again, we'll rub it in. And there you go, folks. We're gonna throw these in the refrigerator. I usually like to marinate my ribs for overnight. Today, I'm not gonna have an opportunity to do that. So I'm gonna put these ribs to marinate these ribs for a good 3 hours in the refrigerator. So try to get the flavor in. So at least my minimum is 3 hours. My maximum is overnight. We'll try to get the sauce into the ribs. The longer you go with the marinade, with the rub, all the ribs gonna taste even better. But I have some other tricks that I'm gonna do to prepare these ribs or cook these ribs that's gonna help me out on the tail end.